Hello folks and welcome back to another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. How is everyone doing today? And we have the EZA announced for not only the physical Turles who I just got on one of the more recent banners. It was a dupe, wasn't the first one. I think I have him at 90% at this point. I did exchange him at one point for red coins. And Daiz and Cacao, as well as Amond and Rasin, are getting their EZAs. So we're getting both a Dokkan Fest EZA and the banner units EZA at the same time. So I have the previous details here, and so we can go ahead and look at them together. So Space Traveling Warriors or Pure Saiyans category key plus 370% to stats plus an additional 1 key and 30% to stats for characters who also belong to the Planetary Destruction or Low Class Warrior category. Pretty big for the Low Class Warrior category. Not gonna lie, but this being a 200% leader skill with the second part being 30%, it's just a additional key for those that fit onto both categories. So going into the details here, there is not actually too much here. This isn't more than one line that's continuing. So activates the entrance animation when there is a Goku's family or Pure Saiyans category enemy, or an enemy whose name includes Gohan Kid at the start of the character's attacking turn. I don't think that changes. Yeah, it actually did. It adds Pure Saiyans to it. Okay. Permanent Extreme Class allies gain 3 key and 18% attack and defense. So that changes from just attack. Basic effects, 200% attack and defense and 20% damage reduction. Yeah, that's additive. When HP is 50% or more, 100% attack and 150% defense launches a additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack. So that attack is higher. Also, that defense is there now, and high chance becomes a 70% chance. Very nice. When attacking with 12 or more key, 150% attack, and another additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack, and has a guaranteed additional super attack when HP is 50% or less, and once only gains 400% attack and 100% defense. Whereas this was just 100% attack. Okay. For every super attack performed, 3 key up to 9, so just 3 will take care of that, and we'll add that up. Damage reduction rate of 10% up to 30%, and 80% defense up to 240%. So yes, 3 will do it, whereas you needed 4 to build up entirely, and it was up to 8 key, 20% defense, and 160%. Sorry, 20% damage reduction and 160% defense. And after performing 6 attacks in battle, permanent attacks are effective against all types and a guaranteed additional super attack. That is just changing from a high chance to a guaranteed additional super attack. And then we have here, when there is another Space Traveling Warriors category ally attacking in the same turn, another 70% chance of 70% damage reduction before attacking. And so this would be 90% turn 1, and so long as he's not sealed, right? So long as he's not sealed, it'll be 95% minimum by the second turn. That's pretty big. That is pretty big. So the super attack goes... Where is the super attack? Super attack was a regular attack raise and recovers 6% health. Now it's a greatly raising attack and also raises defense for 1 turn. and causes immense damage to the enemy and recovers 6% health. So that attack is stacking. So he's going to be doing damage quite fast. The active skill conditions are not changing. Neither is the effect. That's the way EZAs are. We would have to wait until the Super EZA to see if this possibly changes and the conditions if they change. On to Daiz and Cacao. No one escapes. This goes from 130%, if I'm not mistaken, to 150% of stats. And 3 key, 250% attack and defense. An additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack. Changes STR key spheres to rainbow, so that's a rainbow orb changer. For 1 turn, 10% chance to evade and a guaranteed additional super attack. Per space traveling warriors or terrifying conquerors category ally attacking the same turn, depending on which category has more members. 200% defense and chance of performing a critical hit and chance of evading the enemy's attack. 10%. I don't know if that's up to 3 because he would be counted on space traveling warriors. When I say he, I mean this unit would be counted on space traveling warriors. It says per ally, so I assume it's just twice at the most that it can proc. And as the second or third attacker to turn, 200% attack, 50% chance of critting, and a 50% chance of dodging. So this turn 1 would be 80% in slot 2 or 3. Interesting. When attacking, 200% extra defense. So yes, you kind of want him to be in slot 2 or 3. For every super attack performed, another 50% attack defense up to 200%. So that's a lot of stats there. So 650 plus 200 plus another 2 is 1,050% defense. After a fashion, and they are multiplying into each other by 200%. So that's pretty good for a banner unit, and I'm getting the same kind of feel of this unit as the, what do you call those again? The Ginyu Force duos. Yeah. And there is another space traveling category ally attacking at the same turn. Another guaranteed additional super attack. All allies gain 2 key and 30% attack and defense for 2 turns when there is another planetary destruction category ally attacking the same turn. So you do need a space traveling warriors category ally for this to start activating. And then the final part is you need a planetary destruction as well. The super attack raises attack for 4 turns and causes supreme damage with a 70% chance of stunning the enemy. Now, this would have been epic if he stacked defense. With all that defense he's got in this kit, stacking the defense, I say him, I mean these guys. With all the defense in the kit, that would have been absolutely insane stacking, right? Because he's got no damage reduction in this kit whatsoever. He's just a pure dodge unit. And of course, if there is a enemy that disables evasion, you're kind of messed up there, right? So, onto Amond and Rasin, we have Planetary Destruction category, key plus 3 and 150% stats. 250% attack and defense, Planetary Destruction category allies, key plus 2 and 40% attack and defense, plus an additional 1 key and 30% defense, and chance of performing a critical at 50%. For characters who also belong to the Space Traveling Warriors category, that is a huge support buff. That is a huge support buff. Hold on. For 1 turn from the character's entry turn, another 25% damage reduction. And as the first attacker on a turn guards all attacks and has 20% damage reduction, launches an additional super attack with 4 or more key spheres obtained. As the second or third attacker in a turn, 200% attack, launches a guaranteed additional super attack, guards all attacks and damage reduction rate of 10% with 4 war key spheres obtained. So it's either 20% or 10% with 4. So 20% just being in the first slot. As the second or third attacker, you are going to need 4 key spheres for that 10% damage reduction. Interesting. When attacking, another 150% attack. Whenever guard is activated, another 50% attack and defense up to 200%. So that could be 4 turns, that could be 1 turn. I am not exactly sure how that works. But there is another planetary destruction category ally attack in the same turn, another 20% damage reduction, and an additional damage reduction rate of 20% when there is another space traveling warriors category ally attack in the same turn. So this is 40% damage reduction here. As the first attacker in a turn, another 20 for 60% damage reduction. As the first attack in a turn, and as the second or third attack in a turn, that would be 50% damage reduction. That's kind of big. A post-supering, that usually is very big. So, super attack raises defense for 4 turns and causes supreme damage to the enemy with a 70% chance of sealing. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's take a look here at the defense calculations. Okay, so we have here the defense calculations for all of these. So we're going to look at them here quickly. So turn 1, above 50% health, no equipments, maxed with a 50% support, which is basically the Amond and Rasin, is 70%. Start of turn, above 50% health, is 650,000, with 1 super attack, 2,364,000, basically. 2 super attacks, 3.7, 3, almost 5.5, 4, almost 6.3, and 5 is 7.143. So, thinking about it, he doesn't really have guaranteed additional super attacks. It's just 70%, except once he's performed 6 attacks in battle. I mean, you could technically get it all 1 turn, but if you don't, turn 3 with 12% MC SA support. I'm not sure what the MC stands for, but MC. Is it this one? I'm not sure what the MC stands for. If any of you know what it means, please let me know in the comment section down below. So start of turn, below 50% health, 1.757 million defense, and above 50% is 2.473 billion. That's pretty big when he's got 50% damage reduction, even if he's already used that 70% damage reduction off. That's going to be pretty big. So 3.135 after 1 super attack, 3.798 after the second, 4.4 after the third, 5.1, then 5.7 after the fifth, and 6.448055 for the sixth. Now he's going to have a guaranteed additional super attack at the end anyway, no matter what. So with Tree of Might Domain and the 12% super attack, I wish I knew what this was. Start of turn, below 50% is 2.19, and above is 3.09. So that's 900,000 more defense, basically. 85,000, basically. Wow. Then 3.9 million, 4.7, 5.5, 6.4, 7.2, and then 8,060,000 on the 6th. I don't know how viable this is being able to get if he doesn't get more than 3 super attacks per turn. Let's check here how much. Yeah, he is stacking 50% attack and he's stacking 30% defense, if I'm not mistaken, on the super attack. No, he's not stacking the defense. He's just raising the defense by 30%. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, his supers are RNG. I'm not so sure how good this is going to be. He's definitely solid. He's going to be absolutely insane turn 3, and, you know, with the Tree of Might domain, of course, he would be absolutely insane, but he kind of does have to attack first, and that could be a problem. See, 8 million defense with 50% damage reduction, which means anything lower than 16 million or that is not a crit will do 0 damage. It's kind of bonkers when you think about it, but getting all of these to be super attacks when you only have one guaranteed after supering 6 times. Where is it? You've got to super 6. No, you've got to attack 6 times. So you will be able to get the guaranteed one turn 2 easily. But getting all these to be super attacks is still RNG based. Yeah. So Daiz and Cacao, no equips, 50% support. Full space traveling warriors starts off with 900k. Then one super attack is already 3.1, 2 is 3.5, 4. It's getting about 450k each super attack. And if he does super again, he has no defense gain. So it's because of he's gaining that 50% defense each turn. With each attack here, there's a, yeah, for every super attack performed, 50% attack and defense. Which, by the way, shout out to Ori here. So turn 3 starts off with 3 million defense, and then when attacking it goes to 5 million. And with the Tree of Might starts off at 3.76 and goes to 6.2 when attacking. And this requires Thirst for Conquest and Destroyer of the Universe to be active. Wow, they are very solid post-attacking, but they're all post-attacking. So who goes in slot 1? Is it the Tech LR Turles or something else? So here we go for Amond and Rasin. Starts off with 463,695 at 1 guard. Proc 2, 3, fully built up is 1.39 turn 1, and then with a super attack it's 1.8, 2.2, and then 2.6 turn 3. I still don't know what that 12% is. $2.39, 2.8, 3.2, and 3.6. With Tree of Might, it's 3.9, 4.5, 4, and then 4.5. I would say this is probably the least effective one, but then again, they have their damage reduction in their kit, so they technically can be at 50% or 60% no matter what. So theoretically speaking, their defense, just double it with the damage reduction, and then calculate what you can do. So with Tree of Might, without the Tree of Might domain, 2 super attack stacks, right? Start of turn, they're gonna have close to 5 million defense. I think these are very, very solid EZAs. Honestly, I think these are rather solid EZAs. I do not think that Turles is very much to write home about, of course, because he does need to super, and a 70% chance to super is not a guaranteed chance in Dokkan battles. So it all remains to be seen what happens there. That's going to be it for this video, folks. Thank you all so much for coming to watch. I hope you all enjoyed. If you are new here or you aren't already, please consider subscribing. We do have a Discord in the description. If you would like to join us, please do. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Any questions, feedback, or otherwise, please put them also in the comment section down below. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Goshin, signing off.